My name is Kevin Wallace. I'm the program director and morning show host here at Air 1061 in Airdrie. Thank you very much for your time. We're doing some formal interviews, sit-down conversations with all of the 5 candidates running for the provincial election on May 5th. And we have some time to get to know and sit down with Jeremy Klug, representing the Alberta Party. Welcome here, Jeremy. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Before we get into the 3 key topics, which is healthcare, the education system, and the budget for the province, let's get to know you first a little bit. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Jeremy Klug. I am running for the Alberta Party. I live here in Airdrie with my fiance and our 3 kids, Hunter, Alex, and Malcolm. I work just outside of Airdrie in Balzac. I'm a computer professional, and I've lived in Airdrie for about 2 years now. We really like the city. We really like living here.
Where did you move from?
I moved from Calgary, where I was born and raised.
I understand, thanks. Let's talk a little bit about the platform then, before we get into the 3 key topics. Talk a little bit about the Alberta Party and why you choose to represent the Alberta Party.
The Alberta Party is a moderate and centrist party with really a balanced approach. You know, we believe in fiscal responsibility and we're socially progressive. We really believe that we need to protect the frontline services that Albertans rely on, and we really need to reduce our dependence on oil revenues by bringing fair taxation that can stabilize our revenues and bring us back to a better balanced position.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's jump right into healthcare then. As far as paying for healthcare and certain healthcare cutbacks province-wide, let's drill right into Airdrie specifically, and with the Urgent Care Centre. We have not had 24-hour healthcare here ever. There has been a recent announcement saying that we will. What are your thoughts on the current situation in Airdrie and right across the province as well for healthcare, on nurses and doctors and having facilities available?
Well, it's obvious to everyone in Airdrie that the health services we have here are inadequate. We absolutely need a 24-hour facility. It was great to have that announcement that we would be getting a facility. I definitely have concerns about the timing of that announcement. I know a lot of people in Airdrie have worked really hard for that. My concerns are with the leadership and commitment from the province and whether that's really going to come through. I think we really need leadership and a partnership with the province to really understand this and not just be aware of the problems, but really want to solve them. And if you look across Alberta, we have serious issues around wait times, around ambulance availability that have to be addressed. And in a province that's growing as fast as we are, we can't address those issues while making huge cuts to healthcare. We have to invest. We have to invest smartly, and we have to pay for it responsibly and fairly.
Let's jump into education then. There have been cutbacks with education over the last decade or so. Let's talk about the education scenario right here in Airdrie. The population is growing upwards of 11% a year. We are booming. Lots of young families like yourself are living here. What are your concerns about the education system and the promise of new schools being opened?
Well, we absolutely have one of the fastest growing school boards in the province. And Rocky Schools is facing close to a $9 million budget cut, which is going to be absolutely devastating to our students, our teachers, and our classrooms. It is something that, as a parent, I absolutely don't want to happen. We need to be investing in the schools. We need to be investing in our teachers so that our students can get the best education they can. And you absolutely cannot support 1,000 new students without any additional funding. There isn't the teachers to keep their class sizes at a reasonable level. And the Alberta Party would work not just to maintain and bring in the teachers needed to keep class levels where they are, but actually reduce them so that we really can give our kids the best education they can get.
Let's jump into the budget then and wrap things up, talking about the recent taxes that have been announced and the current state of the budget and the economy, of course. What are your thoughts on the current budget and the economy, and what will the Alberta Party do differently or keep the same?
I think that the new taxes and user fees that were introduced and the cuts all fall on average Albertans, on regular Albertans, and middle and lower income people the hardest. And that's the wrong way to be going. We already have an unfair tax system in Alberta. If you're making less than $90,000 a year, you pay more taxes here than you would in Ontario or BC. We really need to bring in a fair taxation system so that we can reduce our dependency on oil revenues and provide stable, long-term funding for everyone. And that's what the Alberta Party would do. We would bring in a progressive income tax system. We would also increase the corporate tax rate by 1%, which is a small change to make. And that way we bring in the revenue we need and we spread it out across everyone so that it is a more fair system. And we're not putting too much of a burden on those that already are facing an unfair system.
Looking forward to seeing you at the Airdrie Chamber of Commerce public forum. It's coming up on Wednesday, April 29th. You will be there, of course.
Absolutely.
It's at 7 o'clock. It's going to be Wednesday, April 29th at Burt Church Theatre. And if people want to find out more information or get a hold of you and ask some more questions, how do they go about doing that?
You can check out my website, jeremyforairdrie.ca. You can also find me on Twitter or Facebook. We are actually hosting next Thursday a coffee and politics night at the Waves Coffee House here in Airdrie, so you can come down and chat with me. And we'll be out in your communities, knocking on your doors, looking to talk with you. So lots of ways to get in touch.
And that's Jeremy for Airdrie with the letter 4?
Yes, a number 4.
Number 4,
yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
Letter 4.
Letter 4.
Great. Thank you so much for your time. Best of luck. And I look forward to seeing you at the public forum on Wednesday, April 29th. It's put on by the Airdrie Chamber of Commerce. They do a great job every year, or every election, at Burt Church Theatre at 7 o'clock.